Hello, everybody. We're live on the air, top of the table, July 30th, 2017. Brian Bentley along with Jake Kennedy, Mark Villa this time, and our friend Kenny Price from the 19th
Hello.
podcast. Hey, for the record, Mark, you didn't get kicked out last time. You just weren't recognized. You were the equivalent of Marty McFly's brother and sister at the end of Back to the Future. You were just not, you were there with us live, but you were not in existence.
I blame Merritt Paulson.
I would blame Merritt Paulson, but if he blocked me on Twitter, I have no idea what he talks about anymore.
Oh, fuck that guy.
Not even a minute. Yeah. Every week we have a conversation.
40 seconds.
Over under.
Yeah, that guy.
All right. So it's been 3 weeks since we've had a show. 1 week we took off for the Gold Cup last week. Schedules didn't work out. I was out of town. Blame me. Kenny, here's the way the show works. Here's the way the show works.
Tell me.
I will ask a series of rapid-fire questions. Oh, God, you're right.
Rapid fire?
Well, that was my nickname in high school.
Mine was Palm Pilot.
Yeah. Well, then you will answer to the best or least of your ability. We will then, at some point in the show, very organically have a hashtag that people can play along and tweet throughout the week. Hey, Nick, there's our one viewer. And then that's the way it will work. There are no rules. There are no right or wrong answers, and there's nobody that listens. So it doesn't really matter.
Self-deprecating podcast.
No, it's pretty true.
No.
Question number 1.
Yep.
The U.S. wins the Gold Cup. Who from this Gold Cup roster goes on to Russia? We'll start with our new friend Kenny first. Go ahead.
Ooh. I'm still going to say Kellen, even though he did not look very good in the first in the group stage. But I thought he looked significantly better with Bradley behind him. I think that's the combination to eventually go forward.
So I'm going to guess that your microphone is to your right because it looks like you have your head against the wall.
That's true.
It's like right on the frame. You're like this.
Right here. I just talk over here.
It's okay. Nobody watches this either.
Yeah.
Hey, Jake.
Hey, well, Kenny's talking about Kellen Rowe, right?
Kellen Acosta.
Oh, okay. No, I thought you meant. I'm sorry.
And now we are to the point of the show where we say
Kellen Rowe is more like the Wando of the Revs, in my opinion.
That's I'm going to tell you the same. You're going to get the same thing I tell my kids. That's how you lose privileges, Jake. Shut up, Mark.
What did I do now?
Shut up. I'll mute you, Mark.
He kept Zardes and sent Rowe home. What the fuck was that?
Was there anyone else in
Don't check.
well? Anyone?
Oh, the Revs. Oh, my ballsack. Oh.
We could talk about Gyasi Zardes' impressions on the U.S. games.
I think that's what he was doing in between his laughter, and was the fact that Kellen Rowe got sent home for Gyasi Zardes.
Yeah, we're still not happy about that.
Question number 2. You want to answer that, Mark? I think you gave a really solid answer right there.
Next, he's gonna bitch about Lee Wynn not being on the squad.
So much for that train staying on the track, right?
Oh, no. It's a train wreck every week. Kenny, welcome to the show.
Okay, next question.
Oh, my God. That may be our show this week, guys. Because there's your highlight.
Everybody's dead.
Speaking off the rails, question number 2. Mike Petke delivered the goods 2 weeks ago.
Trey,
What?
pass him out, Trey.
Pass him out, Trey.
Pass him out.
Oh, that was fucking
What were the other photos that it didn't print out that Trey was unable to pass out?
Ooh.
Jake?
Oh, there's got to be a Jermaine Jones scissor tackle somewhere in there, right?
You would
At
think
least
so.
from six different angles, zoomed in, wide angle, the whole kit caboodle there. Yeah.
Kenny.
A picture of Jesse Marsh shaking Ali Curtis's hand when he took his Petke's job from the Red Bulls.
Mark, please keep it somewhere in the zip code.
I'm assuming they were the pictures that Stefan Migliorzanzi, whatever the fuck his name was, and Jovan Karofsky had to get ahead of Bruce with goats. It's the only reason they played so long with the Galaxy.
Question number 3. In an unprecedented move this week, Dwyer was traded to Orlando City for essentially $1.6 million in allocation money and easily attainable goals. Is this is this a good thing or a bad thing for the league?
Can we clarify real quick? Was it 1 point up to 1.6 with these goals being met?
It was. I want to say it was 900, and then another 700.
Yeah, it was 900, and apparently the goals for him to reach was very easy. Like just playing in one game executed one of the goals for him to meet.
Okay, I'm just gonna say right now, bear with me if I seem absent-minded. I'm trying to form a glory hole joke every time Kenny talks as he leans to the side, and I can't see anything else.
For those of you that are listening to the audio portion of this, first of all, I apologize. Second of all, go to topthetable.tv, and you'll see what we're referencing is that Kenny's mic is just off camera where it looks like he's talking to the wall.
If it would make you feel better, I could move my mic into the frame.
Well, we're
already here, so
the glory hole imagery goes away though.
No worries. So, is this a good thing or a bad thing, Mark?
It's an amazing thing. It's Monopoly money. They sent Kansas City a Monopoly set with 3 extra sets of money. That's all it is. It's all make believe. I don't know why anybody's bitching about it. You want more TAM, more, whatever the hell it is. You call the league. They give you more. You want to sign a big name player? Go sign one if you have the balls. If he wants to come play in your crappy city, go do it. The league will give you more money. It's meaningless. But yeah, it's a great move, though, on fucking Orlando's part. Great move.
Hey, Kenny, this sounds like something we talked about yesterday.
Yeah, this was something we talked about yesterday.
With AC Milan getting there.
Yeah, all the loans from London that they paid for all these players for.
What do you think about this Dwyer deal?
I like it a lot. I like that. I like when MLS is pushed a little bit. I even talked to Fernando, our technical director, and he liked the move. He was like trying to figure out a way he could do a move like this. So anytime MLS that gets the envelope pushed, I'm all for it.
Jake?
Yeah, I mean, I think at some point you should just be able to have moves like this where you just transfer cash. Like we're going to sell Dwyer to Orlando, and they're just going to give us a fee. It's not going to be TAM or GAM or trade. It's just going to be a straight transfer like everywhere else in the league. Trades will always kind of be a thing until the draft and other things are still exist. But the more moves you have like this, I think the closer you get to kind of the European model for exchanging players, I think the better.
When will the league come up with HAM, and what will the H stand for? Anybody? Popped in my head. I don't have a dick joke for it yet.
Yeah, that was what we were waiting on.
I'm gonna have to chew on that one.
That's all right. Hey, did you see? He's laughing because you said
I said I was going to chew on one. Yeah, that's why I said it. I know my audience already.
Normally, I would say this is why puns are bad, but I think we're well past that point in the show.
No, Jake, you're not familiar with the history of the show.
Not only the recent history, which I assume is the same as the entire history of the show.
Pretty much the same jokes every week. So let's very briefly. I want to give kudos to the Orlando City supporters that showed up at the airport. That was a great scene.
Yes, that was a very good scene.
And I would like to point out the antithesis of such was the 12 people that showed up to welcome the 3 FC Dallas U.S. men's team returning.
To add to that, let's not blame the fans too much. That was an email sent out by the FO, and they only wanted like 25 people. They put a limit on it.
Wait, what?
Yeah. The team sent out an email trying to get people there, but they did not want too many people.
And they limited it to 25.
They did.
What's it like? You had to buy a ticket to be one of the 25?
You would have thought.
Is this like their season ticket agenda as well? I mean, what?
You would
Holy
think.
crap.
They sent out.
That sounds like here's your season ticket benefit. You get to go stand at the airport.
Yeah, I thought it kind of pissed me off just because we had seen that Dwyer reception in Orlando. You might have could have had a similar reception. Maybe get up with AO Dallas, AO Fort Worth, much less FC Dallas fans, and make it even bigger. But that was not the path chosen.
Okay. Question number 4. This is where the explicit tag is getting ready to come in. LA made a move this week by signing the other Dos Santos. Good move for the league. Jake?
You're muted.
Jake, you're muted.
Jake, you have no sound.
That's all right.
Sorry. This is the Dos Santos move?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't muted. Everybody
I'm sorry. No,
heard
I know it. Is he going to play center back? Because I don't think LA has a problem scoring goals. They have a problem stopping them right now. So, I don't know. I don't think that was the most important move they made this week, but I will cede that decision to Mark.
Kenny?
I think it was a good move for the league because they'll sell jerseys. I don't think it was a good move for the team.
You obviously have seen the show because you just put like 2 right down Mark's wheelhouse. Hey, Mark.
Okay, 1. This was a horrible move in any way, shape, and form. 2, it's not going to sell jerseys. You know what jersey it's going to sell? At the indoor swap meet over here in Pacoima, all the fucking baby blue 2-stripe Adidas with a Z on it and the Galaxy badges over to the side. They're not going to sell legit jerseys. They're going to sell cheap knockoffs, and my brethren are going to buy fucking El Tri jerseys and wear those to the Galaxy games. It's not a good move. We have, I think, 78 midfielders on the roster now, 3 strikers, all of whom have not scored all year. We've got a defense leaking like a sieve. We had a shit box for a coach. We've got a shit box for a front office who has no fucking spine whatsoever. They just dropped their pants and gave it up to Papa Dos Santos, who's their manager, who's now going to call all the shots. Okay, let's go back a few days. Let's think about this. The news broke on Monday that there was wild talks going on. Oh, we're going to sign Jonathan. We're going to sign Jonathan. Blah, 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 blah. Tuesday, it's all but confirmed. It's a done fucking deal. Radio silence on Wednesday while Clyde Yanis are getting reamed. Just pow, 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 right in the butt. Just taking it from Papa Dos Santos over our shitbox of a coach. He's not going to let Johnny Boy sign unless that coach is out of here. So come Thursday, pop, Onalfo's gone. Out, finally. Thank fucking Christ. He's gone. Saturday, we announced Jonathan. He doesn't play last night. Gio looks like dog shit as per normal. Jossie looks like dog shit as per normal. Jermaine Jones is a fucking hack. He should be fucking kicked out of the league faster than fucking Merritt Paulson chased Nigel DeJong out of the fucking league. This is a fucking joke. Jermaine Jones is absolute fucking trash. He's a fucking dumpster fire on the pitch, and he should be gone. Don't even get me started on our fucking captain because he's let me down way too many fucking times this year. 2 fucking yellow cards for cheap fouls like that? That's bullshit.
And this is the worst time for this to happen with 2018 coming and a new team coming.
So while we're staying in LA.
Now to quote my friend Carrie, we were talking via text the other day. Oh, we were talking about Sigi as opposed to Bob. I think Bob would have been a better long-term solution.
You're jumping ahead. You're jumping ahead because I'm coming right back to you. Question number 5. We're going to stay in LA. Onalfo is out. Ziggy is in.
Let me do Serrano eyes.
And no.
Oh. Okay.
Siggy is in at the Galaxy. Bradley is in at LAFC. Mark, keep going.
Okay, so we were talking about this. Siggy's a good short-term solution. He'll get the back line solidified. He'll get the guys to pull their heads out of their ass. Bradley, I think, was the better choice long-term. That's just me. I think there were better choices out there to be had if our front office had any balls whatsoever, but they don't. Now, I was talking to my friend Carrie about this in a big group discussion, and she had the perfect analogy that Bob gets to build a team from scratch. He gets the better deal all the way around. We get Sigi, who is like the prom queen's uglier yet hornier sister. So it all kind of works out.
So wait, so I just want to clarify something. So the reason why you sacked Onalfo on a Thursday evening
is because it was part of the contract negotiations to get Jonathan's name on the contract. Whether the team will never admit this, but this is what happened.
No, it doesn't make any sense otherwise, because you get expelled by the Revs.
He should have gotten Kiffin back in fucking Foxborough last weekend.
You should have sacked him either the day after that Monday.
In a bag at that Logan crap airport you people have over there and shipped him off to China. No, they wait till Thursday to get a contract signed for a player we don't need.
You can follow along this week at hashtag Kiffined, KIFFINED. We'd love to hear your responses. I will be surprised if anybody responds, but you can play along hashtag Kiffin, KIFFINED, Kiffined, because Logan is a shitty airport. It's too long.
So, yes, they waited until Thursday for Papa Dos Santos to lay down the law, as he is prone to do. He tried to take both boys out of the World Cup roster a few years ago because they chose Gio and not Johnny. This is what he does. And the Galaxy front office dropped their pants for him. So there he is. And he's demanding, fire this crappy coach who my older son hates and cries to me about every other day, or you don't get my younger son. There's no other way to explain it. The front office will never admit it. But Clyanis were up Onalfo's butt. He was their guy. For them to fire him, it means they have to admit they were wrong. They were trying to make him their fetch. It didn't work out. It was never going to work out. Yet they had to fire him to get JDS. There's no other way around it. And if you read Kurt's statement about the whole thing, he completely, totally feels that he got AJ'd by Clyanis.
So who has more power in Los Angeles, Papa Dos Santos or Papa Ball?
My dick has more power than Papa Ball.
That's probably also a good point.
Ugh. Kenny, your thoughts on the LA coaching moves?
I mean, perfect for Bob Bradley. I don't think there's a lot of pressure. I think he's got a lot backing him. I think he's got a lot of money to spend. He could build it from scratch. Like you said, I think he's in the better position. The Galaxy, I'm just not used to this. We're used to just the Galaxy being the smartest team in MLS. They've always made really good decisions. They've always been ahead of the curve. And to see them in this situation is just something we haven't seen in just such a long time. The league isn't used to it, and it's just strange.
It's shameful.
It's given us some wonderful content.
Let me interject really quick here, kind of in line with what Kenny was just saying. We're not used to this. The Galaxy front office has always been top-notch, always on their game, right? And yeah, Klein's been our president for the last 3 years, but only because he had Bruce holding his hand and whacking his pee-pee if he did something stupid. Now, I cornered Klein at the Man U Galaxy match, and I gave him an earful. But I said, what the hell were you thinking in the offseason? I brought up the whole Maxi Urruti thing and the re-entry draft. I just fucking hammered him. And he says, I never really could have imagined we'd have 12 players out on injury. I'm like, dude, you were a player for how many years in this league? You've been watching this team and its lackluster training staff allow the team to get plagued by injuries every year for the last 7 years. As a club president, how do you not foresee your entire team getting wiped out by fucking salmonella, 3 days into a road trip? How do you not foresee half your team being taken out by injuries and not have a plan for it? This is how lackluster and inept our front office is. He honestly admitted to me that he didn't have a plan. He never thought this many players could be injured at one time. I told him he was an idiot and didn't deserve to have his job. That's when he walked away from me.
That's the thing. There's just
left at that.
There's just so many holes now. Like the roster, there's so many holes, and it felt like it just happened overnight. But I'm sure it's been a I don't follow them close enough, but it's just you can't go anywhere on that roster and not. I mean, there's nothing strong and steady.
No, and our captain just got suspended for 2 games. The first yellow card last night got him the accumulation suspension. The second yellow card, and the Red will give him another game suspension.
Even the goalkeeper. I mean, you can't even. There's not even a solid goalkeeper.
Yeah.
You have the Diop days.
We have a solid goalkeeper. For whatever reason, he pissed off Onalfo, and Onalfo benched him. I don't know what happened there. There is a lot of ego going on. Diop never should have been given a start in this league.
Question number 6. 4-0 score lines 4 times this weekend. Which of those results was the most surprising? I'll give them to you. Minnesota 4-0 over DC. Toronto 4-0 over NYCFC. Vancouver 4-0 over Dallas in Dallas. And the Red Bulls 4-0 over Montreal. The Vancouver one was the most surprising. It's the first time they've ever won in Texas, by the way.
Wow.
Jake, pick one.
I mean, you have to say Dallas only because Dallas is by far the best team that lost. But circumstances, the red card, bad start, things like that. I mean, those games happen.
That red card didn't have anything to do with it.
No, but it's like, you know what, Dallas, every now and again, you're allowed to have a bad game. I know that you're a Supporters Shield contender.
No, it's an annual thing. There is a 4-0 ass whipping at some point every year.
Is.
Oh, sure.
It was week 2 last year in Houston. It was 5-0.
Everyone has one of these games, if not once, and once a year, twice a year in MLS. It happens. You've got a short roster, you get a red card, things happen. It's not anything. I'm not worried about Dallas. I'm probably the most worried about New York City because that's a team where we've seen them do this before against Dallas in the playoffs. That's a horrendous matchup for them, and they still haven't fixed it. The other teams are just mostly bad. DC's bad, Montreal's bad. We get that. But I mean, like, the most impressive win has to be Vancouver. The team I'm worried about the most after losing is New York City.
There you go. Jake, Kenny.
I'd say the team with the most worry about is New York City. They're substantially worse with Andrea Pirlo on the field.
Yes.
Which result was the most surprising?
The most surprising? Like I said, I'm a Dallas fan. I'm used to these yearly 4-0, 5-0s every now and then.
To Vancouver?
Vancouver's one of those teams that should be a lot better than they are year by year. They have tons of talent.
I don't think Vancouver's bad. We can question whether or not they're good. I certainly don't think they're bad.
Well, no, hold on a second. I'm not saying that they're bad. I'm saying it's a surprise because they've never actually won in Texas. Just like RSL has only won 1 time in Dallas, and RSL has brought some very good teams in here, only won 1 time.
But Vancouver has a lot of new players. It's a very different team this year than it has been in years past. So that didn't surprise me, even if it was Vancouver. I think the surprised me more is just the Red Bulls actually scoring 4 goals. I mean, they've had issues. You have Bradley Wright Phillips, but I mean, they had other people scoring this week.
Is Daniel Royer the hottest striker in MLS right now? Daniel freaking Royer, really?
Exactly.
When did that happen?
I would say if anybody is listening, Nick, go find Nelson Mesquiza's bicycle kick last night from a very difficult angle off a throw and Andy Mag Jesse Gonzalez.
That's a lot.
Even though he had like 20 yards of space to execute that. That was like it was a training ground with nobody else around. He let you do it. Like, it was impressive. Don't get me wrong, but that was give up time for FCD at that point.
Mark, which result was most surprising to you?
None of them. Now, shocking was that it happened to Dallas at this point in the year, but surprising, no. In this league, every team has a shitbox day at least 3 times a season. So it's not surprising to me. I expect every team to get their asses handed to them like that once, at least twice a year. It's shocking to me that it happened to Dallas at this point in the year. But again, Vancouver is not bad. They should be a lot better than they are. They've got a lot of parts that could work really well together. I don't know what's lacking there.
I will tell you, Oscar even said last night he thought it was their best week of training they've had in a really long time. And he said it was his mistake to not start Kellen Acosta. He made that a point. He's like, I thought I should give him some rest. I was wrong. I should have just started him.
Yep, so there you go. Our final question. The cash grab is in Chicago. Sorry, the All-Star game is in Chicago this week versus Real Madrid. Let me get your predictions. Jake.
We will be trolling the All-Star game for the 4th straight year with the hashtag Rebs for Real. As I believe for the 4th straight year, there will be no Rebs playing in the game. Although we did have Chris Tierney nominated last year, the year before, I can't remember.
Shut up, Jake. Get used to it. Kenny.
So yeah.
Madrid 4-2. I think these are fun to watch. I take literally no stock in them whatsoever. It's just a fun, entertaining game to me.
Does anybody suffer a career-ending injury?
Career-ending?
Who? What, Mark?
Nothing.
Mark, do you have predictions on the All-Star game?
No, my predictions surrounding the All-Star game come about a month before when the lineups come out, and how badly Revs fans' heads are going to explode because Lee Win wasn't on it.
But Kellen Rose is going to be there
in the stands. What did his flight home from the Gold Cup get delayed or something?
But he didn't get kiffined, and you can join us at hashtag Kiffined this week. KIFFINED to play along on Twitter at Top of the Table on Twitter. Oh,
I'm staring outside at my dog in the backyard. Man, she is regal as fuck, just sitting there in the grass.
At Top of the Table TV on Twitter, topoftheTable.tv on the web.
Jake, I will say, Graham Zusi. I wouldn't mind if Graham Zusi had a career-ending injury during the All-Star game because he shouldn't be an All-Star as it is.
No one on that team should be an All-Star, really. Who? I don't even know who's on it. I know that the 2 people from the Galaxy should never have been on that team. If anyone from the Galaxy was going to be on the team, it wasn't them. They don't deserve it. I don't. It's a shit. It's a shit box.
Who are the 2 Galaxy players?
Dos
Santos and Van Dam.
No, the only guy for the Galaxy should have been Allison Drini.
Allison Drini and Cole, I think.
Yeah.
I
would not say no to Cole.
Maxey didn't make it, but
that's shocking. I mean, it's a sham. I have bad feelings surrounding the All-Star game for the last 11 years for a whole other somber buzzkill reason I won't go into. But yeah, it's a shit show.
If you're trying to take a team that's going to win, you're not taking half the guys. If you're trying to take the best players and sell tickets.
All right, Jake, shut up. We're wrapping this up so I can go to the pool. Hey, Kenny, give us your Twitter and your podcast and your all your info, everything you'd like to plug.
All the spiel. Okay, on Twitter, I'm at CoolKenny27. Really nice Twitter handle there. But yeah, host and produce the 19th minute FC Dallas fan podcast. We're going to record an episode tonight. A lot of fun. We have a partnership with a local DFW sports blog, Dallas Sports Fanatic. We're posting our stuff on their website. They don't really do FCD content, so we're just trying to share FCD stuff with people that maybe wouldn't come across it.
Mark.
Yeah.
You can catch Mark's stuff at the Final Third. Oh.
Hi. How you doing?
At the Mark Villa on Twitter.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. I got nothing. what am I going to plug? I'm an asshole. No one likes me. It's okay.
That's not true.
Yeah.
Have you read Hank's tweets whenever you're not on the show? How it's not funny.
No.
Have you also notice when Hank's not on the show, it's more funny.
Oh, poor Hank.
No, we love Hank. Hank's actually working.
You do love
today.
Hank.
All right, Jake, give us your stuff really quick.
At jkendenise43, bentmusket.com, New England Revolution.
All right, at Top of the Table TV, topoftheTable.tv. I'm at Brian Bentley. I dare anybody that's not Nick Lyons to tweet any of us just to prove that this vacuum is being filled with our podcast. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We'll be back next week. Real Madrid 7-1. That's my call. Bastian Schweinsteiger will break both of his legs.
Ooh.
All right. See you, love you. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.